this out real quick. We'll be able to make sure that we've given away $600 to 86 people every single month to take kids in their group on trips. Say that again. We have $600 to say just take your kids wherever you want to go. Just $600. And we got that for 79 other people. This is 80 people that we want to see that. Totally independent of us. Do your own thing. We think that's going to help. We have it set up where you got man of the month awards, woman of the month awards, elder of the month awards, student of the month awards, and that's monetary money that we got from the gas station, liquor store, and the food store. We calculate that they, right now, if they gave $100 a month to the zip code, that's $1,200 a year. That's nothing, especially for the liquor stores. That's over $1.2 million just for them doing $100. So we want to be in a position to where we are requiring them to do that $100 a month. That don't come to us, but it allows us to make sure we recognize the man of the month, the woman of the month, the elder of the month, the student of the month. Remember, as we recognize people, they feel good. So that's the key. How do we take these businesses who right now, we don't know if they're doing it or we don't see it, and let them put their name to something that's constructive. Cool. We also have on here that we want to make sure that we have $6,000 to make sure that we have room and board. And the room and board is so important because now that gets into why we go out of town. So the $6,000 that we want to have takes us to this sheet right here. This is live. Now, have it you look at the right side. So look at the side with all the, it's a project join hands at the top. This is going to be the heading. Real quickly, every zip code is linked to a different U.S. city. So the people you heard say they are governors, they are linked to a different city. So at the top here, you got a church, a high school, a university, a law firm, and a shelter. When we go out of town, what we ultimately are trying to do is create a situation where these young men that you see hanging out right now, anywhere in Chicago, Black Chicago, when you see them hanging out, because of what zip code they live in, we want to have an outlet for them out of town. And that's important because some of our men that work, our boys that work with us, they can't even cut grass on the next block over. Because that's a different territory. If they do that, trying to do something positive, they can lose their land. So in their own neighborhood, sometimes they can't cross certain borders. The zip code out-of-town structure will allow them to get away from that element into a different element. And while they're there, they need to be able to do good. And that's where this part right here comes in at. So literally, the zip code leaders are working with each of these echelons to have that relationship. So when we come there, we can be doing good for them. So literally, when you go across here, you'll see this zip code here is linked to Philadelphia. This zip code 60619. So we want to be able to say, darn it, here's $600 so you can send your children to Philly. Why they in Philly? What they gonna do? You go right across the line here, and everything that's Philly, that's what they do. They work with that shelter, they work with that high school. The kids in this zip code that want to be lawyers will compete against that school, my lawyer, kids. Yeah. So we talking about a national agenda. But when they travel with purpose. Doing something, they're not just going, they're doing something to go. And that's what we're doing right now. And this here project that you're reading about, all these shelters have been contacted and not one of them, they all love this idea. So now we got to use the law firm to agree to support them and we'll be able to do and execute this before this information. So, that's our agenda. What do you guys think?
Any questions?
So Ron, I want to ask you about the zip code. That's why. See, we had that the Buffalo Soldiers up at O'Toole Elementary, and Tommy O. Pinson, original Buffalo Soldier, he started Stagecoach Productions, but now he's in Indiana, and we're trying to link up with him so some of our children can learn how to ride horses. He want to start a drill team. He want to teach children how to take care of horses. So I tried to get the Harold Washington school, but I don't. Anyway, we did. Oh, you saw we was there at Gregory Bratton's birthday party. That's I Grow Chicago. So, see, we want to kind of like get the 60619, especially those boys on the corner of my block, where they can at least learn how to, it's really violent at the corner. But it's not really violent, they just gather, you know.
I don't mind at the end of this workshop, so whether they violent right now or not, if they're not doing nothing productive, the opportunity is there to do something constructive. So,
But can you get it hooked up with Indiana, Tommy O. Pinson, Buffalo Soldiers?
so we can do anything, but I always tell people, you look at that, that tells you how far we can go. Picture this as gas. So in a vehicle, if you want to go to Detroit, you got to have enough gas to get there. And so we raised $155 last month. So everything I just named in terms of what we want to do, if we stay at that 155 mark, we're probably not going to be able to do it. So the key for us is how do we convince the masses that this concept, this vision is worth $1 a month. Remember, the money is here. 60 grand will be spent tonight in this info. So this takes place at a massive level when we agree. If not, we will continue to do our part to make sure that the children are still traveling and still getting out there doing small parts of it, but it can't happen massively if massively supported with something that everyone should be able to afford. All right, Mary, you said you didn't understand? Yeah. So the key here, because it's so much, is to stay like in the one lane that concerns you. So at the bottom, 60619, that's all like that's all you will worry about. All the rest of it you can just tune it out. But in 60619, what church are we working with? 60619, what school are we working with? 60619, what university, what law firm, and then the shelter. That is the biggest shelter in 60619.
Well, who determines what church, what high school, what university? What is this all about?
Whoever is willing. So we know the church with Darlene is already cousin to Darlene doing that. That's a language step. So we would say, Darlene, what do you need? You need young people to clean up outside. We have young people. They have to do it for their day private school. They can break the need. So it depends on who want to nominate.
I mean, make it simple. I don't understand what this is all about.
No, that's good. I appreciate that. How do we just show love? So it goes back to right now, as I say, leaves are falling right now. You just go shovel leaves, break leaves for the city.
You got seniors that don't want young people around their property. It's not that simple. They got,
Is it worth a try?
they got Mexicans to do that kind of
But is it worth? So should we just tune out and say, don't do it if you don't want to do it?
Who are the young people that are going to try?
Well, you see the high school right there, 62619. So are there any students at her school right now that would try? That's the purpose of all of this. How do we identify?
Who's going to seek them out?
Well, as the government, as the government, that's your role.
That's what I thought. You're assigning people to do these things that are not doing it. Because here's one that's not.
Well, you're elder, so we give you much.
That's not an excuse.
But we wouldn't put that administrative.
I do what I think works. I have volunteered to work in the elementary public school, AAR. Okay. Aside from that, I'm not going to a high school to find out. I don't even know high school children in my neighborhood. So how could I get involved with this if I don't know high school students in 60619?
Okay. So let me try to explain this. Right? Everyone has to stay in the lane that works for them. This is too complex to try and get it off. So in your case, you allow us into. That's your contribution. That's
And
good
I
enough.
buy tissue. But
Right. But see, now
I'm
you
not
wanna go.
I'm
You
not
wanna
going
go.
to do this.
No, it's not for you. We just, come on, what? We just met with Brothers Keeper Shelter in Gary, Indiana, Wednesday night. And they looked at that, they said, this is too. I said, just stay in that one line, Brothers Keeper. And they said, we already got a relationship with Indiana Northwestern University. We already got a relationship with Westside High School in Gary. I said, okay, I didn't see y'all on Facebook or Twitter. Yeah, we need some help with that. So you didn't get the students at Northwest University to create your website. You didn't get them students to help you with a Facebook account. The high school kids are bored at Westside, they can help you. But that's not your area. Stay in your lane. Because when we get those kids and they say they want to be in technology, that's what we do. We will work on them to create Brothers Keepers website. We'll work with them to create the Twitter account because that's something that's passionate to them. But if they looked at that, they would get confused because it's too much. That's a conversation when we go to Westside High School and they say, what's all this? No, Westside, stay in this one lane. You identify kids that want to do technology. That's all you do. But when you identify, now what are they going to do? They're going to skirt over to the shelter, Brothers Keeper, and that's what they're going to do. So that's the point. It's too massive for you to do all parts. You can do a small part. It goes to the same $1. People think this dollar is nothing. They add up to $300. So don't judge the small crowds by the successful. Trust me, I don't see nothing else out here going in that direction.
The other people in her zip code, that's one of the main things. You wanted to find out who they are. Here's several people here. They all have different areas, and you just kind of share how you're doing it, how you contact them. It might be phone calls. You may not be an internet person, but you don't mind calling somebody. As you well know, we've got a routine after your line or lane of duty is finished. Well, you call the next one up and remind them, hey, you're
See,
next
that's
up.
right. You did do that. So
I call you, and you call the guy whose turn it is after you. So you get to know people just by, you know, making yourself available, coming out to the meetings, you know, reading what is out here if you don't have all these other things.
So
I just feel like I need to be in touch with young people. Those are the people that this getting in touch with seniors. They not having the problem, it's the kids that they have.
So it's the whole social fabric, though. Because them kids need something to do, and sometimes serving the elderly people.
Yeah, those seniors and the young people interacting is really crucial to our community change. You know, they're part of the marketing groups. Kids don't feel like anybody care about them or anything. And seniors oftentimes feeling that way too. Just think about the connection. I could come help so-and-so read a letter she can't see too good. Or she could talk to my child and really tell them about what grandparenting is and somebody who cares about you. But you do have to engage yourself with others to get to that point.
I really got 30 minutes to win over this.
Okay, I'm gonna leave a big.
So let's do this. Any other questions so far? All right, so let's do, Tatiana, bring up our items here. Ideally, right now, our poetry club will come up and they will have the poems for our awardees. Due to transportation, we don't have our poets with us, so we're going to just talk about it and bring them up. So, this is our photo opportunity, though, so we do want the awardees to come up and receive this. Where's Jamaica? Jamaica, your phone dead? Okay, so good. And I apologize, I wanted to be in my suit so we could take a picture that would really be nice, but we was with the kids, so it's like... All right, so this part of the agenda is simple. We're in this zip code, 60619, and so who in this zip code is making a difference already? Who is out here already impacting lives, again, doing it totally independent of us? Don't matter if we exist or not, they're doing the work. And so the person who I want to recognize first and foremost is Darlene. You heard her speak a little bit about her background, but I just want to say, since I've been active, especially on the south side, in this zip code here, how hard it is to penetrate this zip code, Darlene has been a calming spirit saying, "Si, just please just continue to work with us." I had political aspirations as well, and during the political aspirations, Even though she was friends with the person that was running against me, she still treated me totally fair and balanced and all that. I love you for that. I'm gonna read what this says here. So,
Go back to the portfolio. Let's do the portfolio.
So, Shatan, where's Shatan? You gotta get the money too. So we have here, National Block Club University presents the 60619 Lifetime Achievement Award to Darlene Tribute. You have a picture here, right here. And it says, on behalf of the residents across our great nation, remember we're in 20 other zip codes, we salute you on this grand achievement. It is duly noted that your existence on Earth has helped society. For over 30 years, you have done so much to assist other people, and your selflessness and family sacrifice, because we know the impact on the family, is honorable and it commands our highest recognition. Thank you for all that you do. Signed, dated today.
Turn it around so we can get good. And Darlene, you want to say a couple of words on that?
Let's give her the money. And what we do now, because the money isn't what we want it to be, we don't tell you what it is. We actually don't even open it now, just take it and stuff it and hide it. It's well, it's not a dollar. It's not a dollar. But it's, talk is cheap, you guys. Talk is cheap. And so we really believe in putting financial seeds behind it, and it's something that we want to make sure that the whole zip code financially support as well. The children was going to go to the gas station liquor stores today and take this plaque and say, what can you give right now to the Lifetime Achievement Awardee? But we got caught up and we didn't get around that, so this is just what we want to put in there.
I'll take it. Tell the story.
Now-
What could you give right now?
It's lifetime, so yes, you should. All right, any questions? What do you want to say to the people who recognize you as well?
Yeah, let's say a couple of words, Darlene.